Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 82nd episode of Don't Forget the Popcorn. I'm a little bit late, but I do not care. I wanted to talk about this movie here. Monkey Man, released 2024 and directed by Dev Patel. Now, Dev Patel is a guy I have a lot of respect for as an actor. We saw him in Slumdog Millionaire. I was quite impressed with his performance, and I know everyone doesn't love it, but I still think it's a fun movie. But I was also wondering, where does he go from here? Is this going to be an actor who had his cup of coffee in a movie that may have been tailor made for him? Or is this the start of a great career ahead? Truthfully, I believe the former, until he proved me wrong with each release. He's a passionate actor with a lot of talent and an understanding of the movie business that I think has led him to this point. He's done a few high grossers and some indie darlings. He gets what Vinny Chase didn't, one for them, one for you. And now he may have the power to do them all for himself. Dev comes at us with his major directorial debut, and he stars in it himself, which is a huge risk always. You really need to know what you are doing and have a crazy confidence in yourself to pull it off. Dev wanted to make this, and I think he even put some of his own money up to make it happen. I'm going to say before I say anything about this movie, I respect Dev so much for taking a risk like this and making a film that he put his everything in. I will not spoil this film, so listen without worry. Monkey Man follows a young man who is out to get revenge on the man who killed his mother. This film has some hardcore action scenes that some may find violent. If violence isn't your thing, this is not going to be for you. But how can you not like a little violence, right? This is a revenge movie, a movie with grit and vigor. It's a very simple story, but effective in its minimalism. I think this was a smart move for Dev for his first big project. And the simplicity of the story is going to be off putting to some. Some people may feel the stakes are too low throughout the majority of the film. I was one of those people. I thought that the film was lacking a tad in writing, and I felt that most of the characters, including the lead, were slightly underwritten. Until I sat and thought about it. That's kind of where its brilliance lies. It takes this John Wick approach, as honestly, the star of the show is the action. We don't need a crazy story, a lot of dialogue, because we barely hear our lead speak. But he does an incredible job of making you feel exactly what you know he is feeling through emoting and actions. This film borrows a ton of things from a ton of movies, but it somehow does manage to keep itself fresh and original. There's a ton of this man's backstory we know nothing about and don't find out at all. I mean, we know why he's doing what he's doing. We see some things that show us he's capable, but there are a million unanswered questions one can have in this movie. I won't say what they are because that can lead into spoiler territory. But do we even need to know? Does it really matter if these little details that can build a character are missing? I think one could make the argument that not knowing is more effective in a film like this. It has an air of mystery and leaves room for more in a possible sequel, although I don't think this needs to be a franchise. I would watch a sequel though, but I think Dev should direct something more challenging for his next film. Now, I'll be honest, this film lies 100% on the surface. There's nothing to dig up, nothing to make you think, nothing to get you fired up about as far as writing goes. But that's not why you watch this film. You watch it for the mindless fun. Go into it with fun and action on the brain, and I do think most people will get a kick out of this. There's a lot of small issues with this movie. I thought a lot of the supporting actors were a little flat and lifeless, especially the main villain. He has an intimidation factor in his look, but this dude just didn't scare me like other villains in this type of role have done. All the females are underwritten, including his mother. In about 2 hours, I think we could have shaved a little bit of time off, but only maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Now, although I have criticized this movie and kind of played it off as average, let me tell you, it is not. This movie has some of the best action and choreographed fight scenes I've seen since John Wick 4. The action in this is fun as hell. He kills some dudes in some very fun and creative ways. Watching Dev bring this Indian flavor to us here in the States is awesome. I've been watching Indian action films and man, they are incredible. Some of them have like 20-minute action scenes and they're just a blast. This movie has some good long action sequences and Dev is rocking this role. He's convincing when he attacks, but even more convincing when he gets hurt. The damage he takes feels real. The monkey mask when he's in the ring is a fun touch and very unique. There are many little touches that separate this film from the pack. In the last few years, I felt the best American pure action films have been John Wick 4, Nobody, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and now Monkey Man. The vibe and setting of this movie is also awesome. With a great soundtrack, I got super hyped when I heard the JID. It's got some great cinematography, and the film does pace quite well. Looking at the scores for this movie from critics and audiences shocked me quite a bit. It seems that people really did like this film, and I'm glad that they did, because I quite enjoyed the movie myself. It's one of those movies you can just throw on and have a little bit of fun with low commitment, which, like I said, is going to be some people's gripe with this film. We didn't reinvent the wheel here, but we sure used him for a nice vehicle for Dev Patel. He's a star, and I think he's really proven to be a great actor who can really play any type of character. I mean, look at the variety of roles he's been playing in the last 10 years. None really like the next. I mean, the dude played David Copperfield. I'll absolutely be watching his sophomore effort, and we may have the next director actor auteur on our hands. I want nothing but the best for this guy. Now, with all that said, would I recommend this movie for your money? I actually would, and I'd honestly go see it in theaters again if someone asked me. I had a very, very good time with this film and was quite shocked and disturbed at some scenes in the best way. So go and support up and comers and help Dev make enough to get funding for his next film. So overall, I'm going to give Monkey Man an 8.4 out of 10. Now I know that may seem high, and it is, but I like this film a lot on a personal level, and I think I had to put a little bit of my bias in the score. But on a real, not most people would likely rate this that high. I'd say they'd probably be in the 7.2 to 7.8 range. Guys, thank you so much for watching my Monkey Man review. Let me know if there's a film or topic you would like me to review. I got a podcast with my buddy, The Cutting Room Floor. I'll link that below for more movie content. Follow me on Letterboxd, Ralph Vader. I'll link that below as well. A lot of fun going on over there. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be back next week. And don't forget the popcorn.